And we saved $1,800 just by making a phone call. But if you're in the position, which we aren't, because we...
The John Deere tractor, front to back, side to side, top to bottom. I was gonna take it in and have RDO do it, but I just didn't feel like trailering it in. And I've got one.
You want to drive it?
I was gonna trailer it in. I've got one at home, so I just serviced it like I serviced the one at home. My only question, the only question and concern I had, and the reason I was gonna take it in is because I'm not a transmission man, and I don't claim to be one. Most people aren't. You know, I can do engines and electric motors and stuff, but transmissions, man, that's, and the hydraulic system, that's really was my biggest concern. But I said, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's running fine.
As long as the fluid, those trannies, isn't that a hydrostatic transmission?
Yeah.
All you gotta do is make sure they got the fluid in normal.
Yeah. And the fluid's fine. There's no metal shavings in it or anything. And I've only had one issue with the hydraulics, and I took care of that myself. It wasn't no big deal. So that's all been fully serviced. And then one last company that we talked about that I just want to make sure we touch base on, Cummins, that was charging us 2 extra fees a year for diesel engines, and we don't have diesel engine backup. We got propane. So we were paying them $1,200 a year. And so we were paying
it's
them for
almost
something
fraudulent.
it's almost something you could probably do something about if you thought that $7,700 was worth going after. I don't know if it really is. They were doing it for 11 years, and they knew full well they were doing it. Anyway, they cut both of those fees out, so we went from $1,200 down to $500 for their annual service for our backup generator, which I just paid. So we didn't pay a $1,200 bill. So as long as you folks feel comfortable, you know, with giving me the latitude to do that, then I'm okay to do it.
You're in the position to know more than we are, so go for it.
Okay, and I'll always come in and brief you and update you what's going on, because I really don't want to make unilateral decisions like that. Not at my pay grade.
Well, it's your budget, and you know.
Yeah.
Oh, the budget's fine.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying is you know, if you can save the county some money, then.
I mean, really, when it really gets down to the brass tacks about the maintenance budget, I've really only got any latitude with 2 of the objects. You know, that'd be maintenance and supplies. The rest of it's kind of out of my hands. So, oh, by the way, do you want me to sit in on the projected budget for the next fiscal year, or should I not worry about that? Or I don't know. Do I do that? Do I sit in with you guys while you do that? I just want to make sure whether I do or not.
Well, yeah, because you might have
Yeah.
you might have an opinion if we're going to need to drum up some money or put some more money in your budget for a roof patching job or fixing that. What was that little thing you called that's falling apart? Your little side entry.
Oh,
I mean, those are the things that
yes.
we usually just set the budget for the annual. You know, your cleaning supplies, your little inspections and all that. But if it's something that's kind of out of the ordinary, this year we're going to have to fix this or put a new roof on that or fix that thing, then we'll have to try to adjust that for that if you've got the time and it's right time
Or
to
at
do
least
it.
look at it.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to find out, if you guys wanted me to be involved in that or just sit here and listen.
Yeah, we usually have every department head in.
Oh, okay.
Or try to.
I'm kind of learning this on the fly.
It depends, but I mean, depends on the time that we got. If people want to come in, or if they don't want to come in, or you know, I don't know that there's going to be a lot of projecting much anything this year. But
Okay. Is there any? Do you guys have any kind of a feeling on what the maintenance budget's going to be this year? Is it going to be the same? It's going to be less? I assume it's going to be less because the capital outlay won't need to be, you know, the way it was to put that air conditioning unit in.
yeah,
And there's like $5,700 left from that. So I don't think the budget would have to be as much as it was just because of that. However, I really would like to emphasize the jail and all the locks, the door locks,
Oh.
the slides, all of that in there. That's really big
Well,
stuff.
that's something we can put in the budget, and then if we,
That is
you know.
huge. It really needs to be done. If nothing else, 22 years and they've never been looked at by a tech.
Mhm.
That's,
What kind of price they got on that, do you know?
well, when I tell you, you're gonna
Well, and
you're gonna have to turn around and clean your chair.
nothing's cheap.
But this is the way I looked at it. I got a quote already, and it's about 66,000. Let's see, 6,066, I'd like to say, or 64. But it's never been serviced, and it's been here 22 years. So if you divide that by 22, it's $300 a year. And the fact that there hasn't been anything major go wrong with it except for that breezeway door, which I just, by the seat of my pants, I got it working. That's pretty big stuff. Yeah, that's a detention facility. So if I was worried about something, that would be it. And then it would still be a good idea to consider putting in a water softener on a lease basis from McGowan for the jail, because those Acorn valves are pricey. I got a box full of them that are no good, that I'm taking pieces off of them to repair the ones that are in there now. So, and I got a quote on them anywhere between $80 and $90 a month to rent a water softener. And we could install it in the utility room right off the main, where the main comes in. So the hot and the cold water will be serviced with water softener. I know you guys got stuff to do.
well, that's something you can add in your budget, and then, put it in the budget anyway, and see how we come out.
Okay, just give you a heads up, but I don't see any of the other objects. I mean, I've got some latitude in the supplies and the maintenance. Other than that, I don't have much to say about the other objects in there. Okay, folks,
Okay.
All right, thank you much.
thanks for being so patient.
Thanks for finding us
Thank you.
savings.
Yes.
That's what it's all about.
Yep.
So, the garbage.
Oh.
I compared Republic Services to Felset, and I wrote down the numbers of the increase that we, as a county, received, which they weren't very much. So,
And I think a lot of that was probably because they were doing that construction down there, probably had construction
It
material.
wasn't, because they said that the contractor had his own,
Oh,
yeah. He had one of those roll-offs too.
Oh.
And that's the one, I thought, well, I'd caught a couple of people, never said anything to them when I come home from work in the morning. If I see lights down there, I'll drive down there just to see, whose vehicle's in the parking lot. And twice I seen vehicles down there dumping in the dumpster, and I thought, well, school ain't gonna like that. And then when she said this, but she said that their dumpster sits back in that little cubby hole, and that contractor's dumpster was the one that was right out on the street, and people were dumping in it, because he had complained about it too. But they get charged by the yard. So I talked to Scott Kinney, and theirs is cheaper than St. Regis'. So I don't know if,
well, that's
I
something that their
asked
school-
Carol, why doesn't the school board ask them?
Well, that's what I
Crying
said.
out loud,
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
their.
I said, I don't
deal.
know that it's a commissioner thing. I mean, we could have a meeting and let them sit here, but I don't want any business to think that we're trying to put undue pressure on them. They're in it to make a profit, If they're charging by the yard and they're doing more yards than anybody else, I don't know.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. I mean, we've checked ours, and ours hasn't increased dramatically, and I know my personal one hasn't either. So, You know, I mean, if the school feels that they're paying more than what they should be the ones that look into it.
That's what I thought. That's what I
You know.
thought. And I told her that the other night. I said, you know, my personal opinion, I said, I don't know what Roman and Laura think, but my personal opinion is if you feel they're gouging you, then you should have this
Right,
conversation.
yeah.
You know?
It's not something we can
Oh,
change.
I mean, and what,
No.
they didn't say to us, you know, we're gonna keep rates the same for 20 years. and,
Right, yeah.
You know, and I know those big roll-offs, Donna was telling me that she had priced some for a project that the bank had, you know, and one of the roll-offs that they had there, time they got done using it, whether you filled it or whether you didn't, for a week, you know, there's different fees by the day, by the week, but if they used it by a week on a cleanup, it was like $700. You know?
Yeah.
I went, gee,
Yeah.
you know, sounds high, but
Yeah,
I don't know what to.
yeah.
So I don't know whatever you guys think.
No, I think that that's, you know, where we checked into it for the county, you know, if the counties had increased significantly, then maybe, yeah, we should get them in here, but where the counties hasn't increased, it just seems like there's a reason that they're charging St. Regis schools more than, it should be up to them to look into it.
Who was it that you said called you?
It was
Denise?
just that, isn't that the letter? What do you
Mhm.
mean, who called?
Brother, all the.
Oh, yeah, oh, this one right here. The gentleman?
Yeah. So he's with the school?
I don't know, this was an individual from yesterday
Huh.
that called. Regarding Republic Services. So it wasn't with the school board, but it was kind of in,
Did you see this one?
Uh-uh.
Hello, everybody.
hi
Hey, you.
Candace.
Good morning. Some papers for you guys.
Oh, Hatsu?
Don't open it.
This is from the insurance committee,
Oh.
put together, this letter together, and then we're on the agenda for next Friday.
Oh, cool.
Okay,
10 o'clock.
to discuss the letter, answer any questions you guys might have for us, or that way the committee can get together too and ask any questions. So I'll let you read that.
Cool.
We'll see you next Friday.
All right, thank you.
Thanks for the
Have fun
warning.
on your
Bye
vacation.
Candace.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, none of
Enjoy some
us
sun
will,
and
none of
bring
us will
some
be
back.
here next
Huh?
week.
Yeah. Yes, you will.
I said, enjoy the sun and bring some back.
I will try to bring some sun back.
Good.
Is your boss man up there today, or is he away?
He is out this morning, but he said he would be back by 2 o'clock for that meeting.
Oh, okay.
All right, thank you.
The meet and greet. I'll let you finish reading.
Okay.
And then this is the,
Oh,
yeah, this is just, you have a meeting scheduled for to review the
So-
alcohol tax.
what do you think about this? Because I told her I'd let her know today. Carol.
Oh, well, Did she do any research on her own?
I don't know that I don't know if they've talked to him or not.
Uh-huh.
Good morning.
I really don't. I know I
Yes.
did. I didn't talk to Republic. I called
just-
Scott and asked him what.
Yep, yep, it's on my,
I thought, well,
it's in my
Mary's
pile.
got more kids. Are they
Yep.
charging them more than what they're charging St.
Okay,
Regis?
yep,
or,
I will do
you
that.
know, and he,
You're welcome.
I didn't personally
Right.
talk to him, he left me a message. But,
See,
he gave me the rates and theirs hadn't gone up. Well, I don't know how much theirs had gone up,
not
but he said what his,
substantially.
yeah, he said what his was a month. And
Because
it's,
last time I talked to Carol, she said something like she did call somebody, but it probably wasn't a bigger wig. And whoever she talked to said something about, oh, well, there was a container or a receptacle there that they had, the past, Felsted, whoever had neglected to or forgotten to have been charging them for, and all they did was adjust that and begin charging them for it.
oh,
But I said to her, I said, well, did you call Plackey or Blaylock or Don Felstad? Because Don still is a consultant for Republic. He gets to work for them for 3 years or something. And she said, no, she just talked to probably a mechanic
Somebody.
in the shop, or I don't know who it was. So I didn't know if she'd since then followed up to try to get more of a concrete.
yeah, it didn't sound like it to me.
Mhm.
We could call her and see, I guess,
Mhm.
if you want. But I just told her, I said, I don't see where that's a commissioner's beef, you know, I mean,
Mhm.
it's your school district. Why doesn't the school district have that?
Well, like you said, her thought was, I think, that if everybody else, including the county, had received substantial increases, then it would be, a constituent concern. But we, like you said, the research you've done and what Casey pulled up there, it doesn't seem like anyone's really been
No.
experiencing that other than St. Regis School, and maybe they just need to find someone else to give them an explanation.
Well, I know I would guess this is their janitor guy, I'm not
Mhm.
sure. Casey said he called yesterday for you
Oh.
and just said that they weren't behaving very well.
Yeah.
No.
Republic wasn't behaving.
Yeah.
But they were,
That's who I would call was Sean Plackey, because he's the one that's our,
Overseas.
the
Kind of our rep
overseas
around.
in
yeah,
the
yeah,
county, so.
or Dawn,
Yeah.
yeah.
I wonder if I have plastic.
They were hauling their garbage down to the end of the football field where they have their bonfire. And one day they left the gate open and there was garbage out on the street, and so I called Charlie. In fact, it was last week. Donald left her a message and said, are we dumping our garbage in the street now? And so they came down and closed the gate, and then they put somebody out there burning it during that rainstorm and took care of that. But I mean, I don't know.
Let's see if Sean will pick up his phone. I think it's him and not his wife. 240-1023.
Sure they didn't budget for that.
Do you want me to put on speaker?
If he's, you know him very well. Do you want to talk to him?
I mean, I kind of, but.
Hello,
Hey, Sean, this is Roman Zalawi.
how are you?
Good. Hey, we've got one of our school districts was concerned, and I don't know if they called you or just made one call, or if their janitor made a call, but they were upset because they thought they experienced a dramatic increase in their garbage service when you guys took over from old company to new company, and the St. Regis School Board sent us a letter wanting it. They thought that if we had received an increase too, as well as others, it would be like a constituent concern, but we've checked around and no one's really experienced a dramatic change. But has St. Regis called you for an explanation on why they may have a different rate than before?
No, but I'm actually a supervisor at the landfill in Missoula now.
Oh, okay.
But I can answer a little bit of this.
They
have been not paying. I mean, we've been more or less breaking even on our roll-offs from there.
Mm-hmm.
They've been paying, because of the situation with Dawn Felstead, the agreement that he made with them was so cheap. So when we came in, I mean, obviously, you know, the company's out to make some money, but we were breaking even. So it came up to an agreement. I don't remember exactly what percentage every year, but they couldn't just bam hit them all at once. But they did have to raise the price on that, and they did it in increments. And I don't remember what those increments are, but I had went there and met with Mrs. Hill about options that they had, trying to save them money, because when I was there, the school systems are I'd rather see our money go towards the kids than garbage service.
Right, yeah.
Absolutely. And so I gave them options, you know, things that they could do that would totally different, that would save them money, like going to on-call instead of having it picked up twice a week or once a week. Go to on-call. So when it's full, they would call, and then we'd go pick it up. That's going to save them automatically right there, at least a full month. And then the bags and stuff that they would put in their roll-off box were mainly full of air. And I said, well, your janitors, if you guys are putting them in there, rip a slight hole in your bag. It will make a difference. You know, stuff like that. But as far as any dramatic climb in it, I do not know. But I doubt it. I highly doubt it.
What, Casey, was that, what was that amount that they said in their letter?
60. She says, the one school board trustee says 61%.
Yeah, increase.
Yeah, in their letter, Sean, it says that they were paying $850 a month before it was Felsted, and now that it is Republic, it went to $1,404 a month. So they were all up in arms. And I don't know if was when you said that St. Regis had a lower rate. So the St. Regis rate, it's not that they have more garbage. It's just that Superior was paying what they were supposed to pay, their school, and St. Regis had this underinflated, undercut amount, and you had to make up the difference somehow.
That is totally my understanding of it, yes.
Okay.
In St. Regis, they have a roll-off box. They have a roll-off box that has side doors on it, and you know, and they throw it in like that, and it works out great. Superior has, I believe, 6 tubs, 6 300-gallon tubs.
Oh, the one that the truck can pick up and dump over the top
Yes,
of the,
sir.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
So is that and that's a cheaper route for them to go than the roll-off?
Well, possibly, because there's 3 below and there's 3 above. And I'm just going off memory here. But one thing there in St. Regis is where it sits kind of by itself, what they're going to see there is an influx of people throwing their own garbage in. Because the enclosure that they have where their roll-off box is right outside their kitchen area. And if they would have to put them outside between the towing place there.
Schober's.
Drawing a blank. But anyway,
Yeah, Schober's
over
towing.
on that corner of the building, they're outside because our truck obviously can't go inside the enclosure.
Oh,
do it.
because of the, yeah. If you went with the tubs, that's what they would have to do.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I see.
But there's, you know, they worked with, and when I was in the process of working with the travel center, they put in a compactor. And that's an option that I think they should look into. There's a compactor back in that hole, the container area where that roll-off box is, because that would work.
So a couple ideas. One, maybe compact the trash. 2, maybe get a different system where locals can't add their garbage into it to make it fuller all the time. And 3, maybe just call when it's full, not have a regular every week pickup.
And I believe that's the way they were doing it. They went with that. They went with that idea because I said, you're getting pulled. You may not have, it may not be full, but you're still getting you're on the schedule, and you're getting pulled. And it'd be better if you went to on-call. When you're full, your janitors or the gals that work in the kitchen there call or let somebody know that, hey, when our container's getting full, then we'll pull it, we'll put it on the next day. They get pulled and then, dumped and put back. But I do know that they pay a mileage rate. And again, I don't remember off the top of my head what that mileage rate was to the transfer and back.
And I can understand. I can
they're
understand
awesome.
that. And talking with Carol Young, who had contacted me, they are compacting. I don't know how often they're picking it. How often Republic is picking it up. The groundskeeper said that those doors on the roll off are locked. Now I don't know about that. I haven't been over there and checked it. So they are doing a couple
Unless they've gone to a different roll-off box,
What's that?
I don't see how, unless they've gone to a different roll-off box since I was out there, they can be unlocked. I mean, all you do is, there's just side doors. They're probably 2.5 by 2.5 or maybe 3 by 3 that you just open up on the sides and you pull them up. Just throw it in there. They're actually old recycle roll-off box that they took the dividers out of the middle, and they're great for garbage, especially for that situation.
So you think they're being left unlocked, or someone's unlocking them and still
You
dumping?
can just turn them. You just turn the handle on them and they unlock. It isn't like there's a locking system. As far
Oh,
as
really? Oh, okay.
padlock.
I think the groundskeeper told me that locks had been put on them, but like I say, I haven't been over and looked at it. I didn't really see where this was any of our fight, but I told him I would check into it and see what we could do.
Yeah, I understand, but I do know, I know absolutely 100% that they were paying way less than they should have been. Because of the agreement with Don Felstead. I mean, absolutely. We were breaking even on our poles on that, running a truck from the transfer station out there to get the box, back to the transfer station, dump the garbage, and then back out.
Okay.
What they've gone to now, I do not know. I can't answer that, to be honest with you. I can dang sure look into it, though.
Well, we don't want to. I didn't mean to bug you, Sean, because I didn't know you had a new position. But
No.
you were the only name I could remember to call. So I'm glad you picked up. Who is the new go-to man for Superior then, if they have future questions?
Well, Chad Bauer, I think, would be the person to talk to on that.
Say that name again.
Chad Bauer?
Chad Bauer.
Yeah. And let me give you a number.
Okay.
Okay, this is to our main office, and I'll give you the number and then explain. It's 543
Okay.
3157, and then when you hit the answering machine, dial 0000, and it'll take you immediately to an operator, and you can ask to be transferred. But I do know that he's over in Idaho today. He'll be back later today, but I do know he's in Idaho.
Okay. Well,
But as far as if they went to a compactor, I don't know.
Well, what the superintendent told me was he was having the groundskeeper try and compact it with the tractor that the school has there. Now, is that possible?
Yes, it was, because I sent her an email that I still have. Well, back when it was Tina Hill, which I dealt with, but one of
And
the
Tina's
drivers
still
said
there.
they had-
She's the clerk.
Oh, okay. Either way, one of the drivers said that they had a Kubota tractor and were smashing the garbage in there. Well, I explained that I believe I still have the email that says, more or less, please do not damage the containers, because I did get the bill knocked down because they don't have to pay a rental during the month, every month. So there's a rental that goes to damage of the, that's added up and goes to any damage that's done to the containers, anything like that. I did get that knocked off.
Okay.
I mean, this was a process, because again, I'd like our schools, there's a lot more places
Oh,
that
you
can
bet.
provide for those
You
kids
bet.
than garbage. So I did, this was a drawn out process to get done what I did. And where it's at right now, I do not know, but I will 100% look into it.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's any reason for you to contact us. Maybe just contact the St. Regis School Board or draft them up a letter and send them that and see see where they wanna go from there. I mean,
Sure.
I
Sure,
don't,
that sounds good. You know, now that you're saying we're talking about this, and again, I will help Dad, or I'll get involved, however, because it's still our county land. Yeah, I still have a lot of hearts there. But one thing they could do if they wanted to go to the tub is build an enclosure area. And they did that at the steakhouse there in Alberton. They built an actual enclosure so that other people couldn't put their garbage in and stuff, and also get the bears out.
well, isn't that where the roll-off goes now?
Yeah, but it's not locked in, but it is backed in by the building. It's between that brick wall and
Yeah,
the kitchen area.
yeah, there's kind of that little,
Yeah,
Yeah.
cubby hole.
yeah.
Yeah,
Ah.
to have the tub, they would have to be outside the facility.
They wouldn't set in that cubby hole, is what you're saying.
No, sir. Our
They'd
truck
have-
can't reach out and grab them.
Okay, all right. And you're right about, I've seen people down there dumping when the contractor was down there, when they were working on the school there last year. I seen
Yeah.
people dumping, and I thought that was the school's dumpster, and I mentioned that to them, and they said, well, that was the contractor's dumpster, but, you know, a couple of
No,
times I seen people dump in there, so.
Absolutely, we have too. We've told
Bear.
people in another place that has a hard time is behind the travel center, because they had 3 or 4 tubs behind that. I don't know how many times.
Dwayne just
I
said.
mean, I couldn't even count how many times
Experienced
we've
a
kicked
dramatic
people out of there and let them know,
increase
and
in the amount of-
that I'm sure they remember calling and saying, hey, people are using your container.
Yeah, yeah, and it's happened over at the park. That was one of the
Oh,
big.
yeah.
That was one of the big fears when we put that big dumpster over there, was that everybody and their dog would go over there and use it, but they put a lock on it.
Right, yeah.
Every once in a while, that lock gets knocked off. But you know, I guess my feeling is that the park one, I would rather see somebody use that one than dump it up there in the ditch someplace a mile up
Sure.
the road. You know, but that's my feeling. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
think the park
I
probably
agree
feels
with
like that. Yeah, it'd be nice to have a community dumpster up there someplace. If somebody would come up with some funding for it, it would be great to have one up there, you know, like where the bus turnaround is on Campbell's up there, but
Yeah.
whether you ever come up with that kind of money or not, I don't
Get
know.
excited about.
Right, I always wondered if there was
So we were just trying
grants
to
or
figure
anything
out
that would
the
allow that.
distinctions, so thank you for, so you
You know, I
said
mean,
nine.
garbage is everywhere in the world.
Yeah.
There's gotta be, I would think, there's something out there, somebody,
99, 40. Okay.
somewhere has some kind of
All right.
grant or there's money
Thank you.
available, and I don't know
Appreciate
how
the
it
call.
look
Bye.
into that or what, but,
Bye. Yeah, bye.
yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
But I will get a hold of Chad, and I will do all the connecting I can on this end, and I will get involved to help out with the situation, because, again, the money for the schools to go to the kids.
So,
I know garbage is part of that, but I just wish there was something.
Shauna, this is Roman again. I just talked to Kellyanne, and she said that the Superior School, with their 6 tubs, their basic rate is $989.50 a month. So,
Okay?
and so maybe, so it's still less than St. Regis, but so maybe, yeah, we need to find out what they're doing different, if it's regular pickup, or if it's the difference in the rollout box versus tubs, or if it's a substantial larger amount of garbage from maybe other people dumping it in there, but
Yeah, I don't think they would have that issue now where it's at, but
yeah.
the roll-off compared to tubs would be a route, because that route would go, let's see, the school would go, that would be on commercial. I believe that is a Tuesday, I believe that they would go. But where the difference is going to be made up there is the mileage that the roll-off truck is traveling.
Mm-hmm.
But let me look into all that, and I know Kellyanne really well. We
Oh.
can work that out.
All right. Well, again, thank you very much for answering. I didn't know if I had the correct number, and there you are.
Well, that's fine with me.
And I
All
didn't.
right.
You guys need.
Okay. Thanks a
All
lot,
right,
Sean.
thanks, Sean.
All right.
Thank you.
Yep, bye.
But
Have a great day. Bye.
Yeah, so theirs is a little higher than even what Scott said the other day, because he quoted me the other day, like, it was under 9, but not
Oh,
much
was it?
under
Oh.
9, yeah, it was 8 something. But I had all the,
Yeah.
but anyways.
Did you guys see the email from Stacy about election
Oh, yeah.
not having, they don't have to reprint ballots?
Well, now what happens with, they may not have to reprint the ballots or put that whoever,
Right.
but did you see that last deal that came?
Yeah, we still, yeah, it's gonna be,
It's gonna be a polling place.
it's gonna be a polling, yeah,
Mhm.
election because the chair of the House won't bring it forward.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I see an email from her, I don't open it.
And she knows that you don't open it.
I do it
Because
now.
she's got it on there to
So
see.
it shows.
Yeah, I always do, and then I say thank you.
You're so polite.
Okay,
Did you do that survey?
I did,
Thank you.
I did.
I saw that.
Oh, the salary survey?
I did.
All right.
Thank
you're
you
on it.
so much.
Completed.
I thought we'd talked about it, and then I seen that come in. and I-
Well, we were
I
gonna
thought-
have Jessica do it, and then,
Oh, yeah.
and then I saw it came in our email again, and then I saw that we hadn't done it yet, and so,
Well, apparently I didn't see it the first time. So when I saw this, I went, again, you know, your county was listed, so then I went back and saw that there had already been sent. So, yeah, it's done.
cool, thank you.
You're welcome. And then, let's see. Joel needs to order some battery backups for the exit signs.
Oh,
And I guess the vendor that he uses is $60 and he can find a savings by ordering through Amazon.
Hmm.
So I wanted to ask if I could order it for him using the
we
card.
need to get him a credit card,
So, but,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, he can use it.
Alright, and then the fair board is coming in the 5th at 10 to talk
Really?
about their
I
budget.
think that
And I
was
saw
good.
in, I think it
So I
was
saw
the
the
memo
meeting.
that they were had all getting geared up for next year's fair, and they were gonna, you know,
Well, they said that it would be open to
and
have a
I'm
meeting.
thinking,
Well, I hope they're open to having a meeting.
over budget now, so.
And then Lynn
Oh.
at noon or 12:30.
Yeah, 12:30.
Oh, follow up on the old Pioneer van car
Yeah.
taxi.
Yeah. And then we had a gentleman complain about potholes,
No.
and Jason called and clarified with him when he would be fixing the area. So he got taken care of.
Who
right away.
was that?
Up Tamarack Creek,
Oh, Steve Ahern.
Jim. His name was Jim Dowd.
Oh, yeah, I know him too.
Yeah, he called and Jason called him right back and that's done.
All right,
Anyhow, yeah.
now if you got questions.
Yeah, are you going to make sure he has insurance? Or-
Working on it right now. He doesn't have any right now, but
Okay.
so I talked to Mako to see if they're, something they could do, and they gave me the Payne West gal that they worked with who gets insurance, and I talked to her, and she said, let me see if we can get it through the county. I'm not sure if we can, that where he pays the premium. She called me back and said, we can't do that, but we can provide insurance to him. But she said, have him call me and we
Okay.
can talk about it. So.
Does he have a place he's gonna do it, or?
Right now, no. So what we've done, the north side of the fire hall is open, and to change oil and do things like that, for now, we'll let him use that. So, and he's not gonna put any tools or anything in there, he'll keep that all and just bring it in, so. It's not the perfect
I
setup
think they
for
just
sure,
update
but
with those.
he can sure save us some more money, too, $25 an hour instead of 35 and whatever. Everyone wants to do a lot more, so we'll see how it works. So I've been talking to that insurance gal, she's calling me today, so.
I forgot all about this DUI task force meeting yesterday. It wasn't on our agenda thing, and I forgot all about it.
Well, I knew about it, but I was in Dillon, or in Great Falls. I had to go get an inmate, so I knew I wouldn't make it.
I missed it.
That's all right.
Come to this morning and saw, I remember a couple weeks ago, Ernie sent out an email, a reminder thing, and
Yeah.
anyway, I came
Is
this
that a-
morning and saw this, and
Is that a bull that you killed?
Huh?
A bull that you killed?
Oh, yeah?
Nice
Yep,
color.
my daughter-in-law made that for me.
Beautiful.
Yep, that was one of my, best one I ever got.
Cool.
Nothing else new, huh?
Just cop stuff.
Joel said he might have to put in the budget to get the, in 22 years, I guess, those same old automatic locks and now the jail and everything
They're starting to wear out.
starting to hang up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But other than that, jail stuff, sinks, water, everything okay?
Everything's working.
Yeah.
The guy that broke out's in there now,
Mhm.
back.
What's that?
The guy that broke out,
Really?
yeah, he's in there now. He got sentenced to 20 with 10 suspended from Flathead County, so
Uh-huh.
be interesting to see what he gets here. So he'll go to, oh, that's
All
cool.
the guy that
The guy that went through
did the
ceiling.
roof walking
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. So, yeah,
What-
and because of that, I mean, I sent a memo saying, hey, we need to do alarm checks. All the alarms need to be checked twice a week.
Mhm.
And it needs to be logged in dispatch in the daily log so that I know what's happening. So that's been happening, and then the work we've done, we haven't had any issues, so hopefully not
Mhm.
ever again, so.
Sometimes.
That's right.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Shields. Nice to meet you, Lauren.
This is Ann.
Hi, Jennifer.
Jennifer, I'm Clark.
Clark, nice
Jay's
to meet you.
father.
Oh, okay.
He's
I
the
like
one
your
that should've
hat.
been pointing everything
We're
out.
Iowa State fans.
I told Clark that I'd be.
Hi, I'm Jennifer.
Good to meet you.
I'm Ann Russell.
Okay. Welcome to Montana.
Thank you. Oh, it's beautiful out here.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Already power up there, or they have to add?
We brought the rain though. I guess.
Yeah, well,
We didn't bring it, it's been here. It's been here.
Hi,
Roman's Lolly from the East End.
Jennifer Shields. Nice to meet you. Yeah.
I was
I'm,
hoping you'd bring some sunshine.
well, yesterday when we got in was really nice.
oh, yesterday.
One of the days that we had sun.
I'm gonna move.
You can stay there.
Now,
about your,
I feel like I was a county commissioner.
I told him he could have a seat back.
I might decide to run for Lori's seat.
There you go. I'll give it to you.
Sure.
I will.
Okay, so yeah, it's titled Meet and Greet with the Iowa State University, and you introduced yourself, but what's your title here today? Or-
Sure, I'm Jennifer Shields. I'm going to be the new director of the Rod and Connie French Conservation Camp, is what we're calling the former Hole in the Wall Ranch. So I'll be sort of the person you see around here most. I'm going to be living out there all summer, and then we have undergrad field courses. So we're going to bring students from Iowa State during the summer to take take courses. So they'll be staying at the lodge, and then we'll be doing some work hopefully with both the Superior Rangers and the 9 Mile Rangers in the forest. It's an ecology course, so they're going to learn all about the forest and the wildlife and the trees and that sorts of thing. I am originally from Ohio. I just moved to Iowa State about a month ago, so I'm brand new to this job. And then this is our first trip out here to finally see the place in person. I'll also be teaching classes back in Iowa parts of the fall and spring, and then out here all summer. And then, Anne, you can introduce yourself.
I'm Ann Russell. I'm a professor at Iowa State University. Been there since 1992. But I'm co-teaching the field ecology course. And my background is in ecosystem ecology. And normally I work in tropical rainforest. But so I'm really excited to be working in a different biome. And I do have a little background. When I was fresh out of high school, I took a wilderness survival course in the Selway Bitterroots. And it was in 1971. I don't know if it's changed or not, but I'm really excited to be back.
It has changed.
Yeah. And so, Jason, you're going to be kind of working with them still?
Yep. So I don't know, I thought last time we were, I think it was in October when Lori came, we're more or less on the power line type stuff. Basically, I think the census is now is we just want to get going. So those type of things are still being worked on, but at this point, these folks have classes scheduled. They're going to start in June. And we just wanted to come down so you guys all got to meet them too. So
good.
Yeah, we want to get through this summer first and get the courses up and running and try to work. Yeah, figure out all that stuff, and then meet you guys, see you around. And if you have any questions or anything, I'll give you my card before we leave. And then Jason will always be around as well.
The power thing, well, I've always been keenly interested in trying to get that going up there. But has things changed where maybe some of those players are a little bit more receptive to maybe making this happen this time? Or?
I think after the meeting we had in October, I think it was one of those things that it was just let's move on and just let's get this thing rolling. It's a big project, so the main goal is to get students there. We can generate our own power in the meantime. It's going to be, summer courses. I believe it's still a goal to look at, but it's one of those things where it's like...
Yeah, we know it's not going to be up and running for this summer, so this summer we're planning to just use the generator and get through this summer on the generator power. But our department chair, Sue, knows more about the road stuff, and I think we do still want to look at that for the future, but for this summer we're just sort of...
Well, originally they were holding firm on, Pittman Robinson money being used in a wilderness management area, blah, blah, even though the power line was going to be buried. But maybe they've softened their stance since a university is in place. So if you need our help with a follow-up letter, because that's always been kind of a thorn in my saddle, is why are they being so stubborn about it when it would benefit the Forest Service who wants it would benefit you guys who wants it, and maybe even a couple of those cabins up and beyond up Fish Creek.
Yeah, that's the thing too. I mean, it's, Roman, I mean, it's positive. I mean, but
if you don't even see it, you can't even run into the power pole because everything's under the road that you're driving upon. No harm, no foul, in my opinion. But.
Well, and the concern was brought up too, is what's more environmentally safe, a power line going up the middle of the road or a 1,000-gallon diesel truck in the winter time
feeding
going up the road and
yeah.
feeding the generator. So
yeah. Okay, but anyway, if
it's definitely
if
still
any letters
there.
I think there's still some people would rather do something else.
We may come call on your support for sure.
Yeah, we don't have much clout because we're just peon commissioners, but maybe.
What do you do with your technology, like computers anymore? It's a computer-based society.
Yeah.
With a generator.
Yeah, I mean, we've told the students they'll have their their laptops will have electricity, but they won't have any internet access. So we've told them for this summer, we're planning to teach our course without being able to use the internet. But future classes, some professors might really need that for certain things to teach things if they want to. Yeah, so I know we have some professors that do like GIS mapping things that they need to be able to download satellite maps and stuff, and so we'll see. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go down to Jason's house and
Yeah, I know.
download stuff.
We've told all the students that are signing up for this class, like, it's gonna be off the grid. You won't have your cell phone, you won't have internet, so you'll have to learn to live life without it for a few
it'll be like
weeks,
1971 all over again.
Yeah, exactly, and I think, that might be a selling point for the course. They might have a hard time at first, but it might turn out to be very liberating.
So, we've got a few people interested from the public, so if anybody has any questions for the new residents up Fish Creek.
What's the name going to be again?
It's the Rod and Connie French Conservation Camp. So it's
Conservation
Camp, yeah.
So the hole in the wall, everything goes away from that.
They've taken the sign down, and there's some
Yeah.
signs up now that say we call it the French Camp for short after their last name, Rod
good.
and Connie French. So yeah, they just say the French Camp.
How many students can you house at one time?
Well, we'll still have to convert some of the rooms. All have king beds in them right now, so we need to take those out and put in either twin beds or bunk beds for the students. So we our course this summer has 8 students, so we're starting out small. I think in the future, if we convert all the rooms to twin beds or bunk beds, we could get 30 or 40.
Okay.
And it's being run as a dry heat.
Meaning no alcohol.
No alcohol.
Oh.
That's going to be
Yeah.
the
Bonnie's
Just
not
so
going
you-
to come now.
All right.
Well,
I ain't going.
faculty, we can have special visitors. Yeah, no alcohol for students, but we could have visitors.
What about the golf course?
And the herb.
I mean, we have
Oh, yeah.
we have no use for the golf course, so we're not planning to
Okay.
hit golf balls all the way.
There's a reason why he's asking.
Oh, what do you do?
He's been up
Yeah.
to the, if you look, I'll show you a picture when we get back.
Okay.
That's all right.
They got a camera back there.
That's right, very good. No, I just wanted to, I'm glad you guys are here. I just wanted to hear about it because rumors, and so I saw this on
Yeah.
the agenda. I went, this is really exciting.
Yeah, well, I know when they first started setting this up, there were some other faculty from our department that came to visit, and then our chair came to visit once, but there were different people in and out while they were creating my job and finding someone to hire for my job. So, like I said, I just got officially hired in January, and I started March 1st, but now that I'm in this position, I'll be here regularly. So there'll be one person to talk to, so if you ever have any questions, call me up. I'm happy to talk with anyone. So I think it'll be good to have one face now for people to see. And
So he's been Jason.
yeah, well, Jason.
She means Iowa State.
Someone from
Okay,
Iowa
yeah.
State. Well, you're
Yep.
Iowa
I mean,
State
Iowa
employee.
State, yeah.
Okay.
So
Important.
yeah,
That
but
person.
we're I think this summer, like I said, is just working out all the kinks, transitioning it from a resort, like a guest type lodge to
Yeah.
something for students. So that'll just mean moving some of the furniture around, and then the restaurant that was there is going to be our dining hall where students will
That's
eat
what I
their
figured.
meals.
Okay.
And we're probably, there's that lounge attached to the restaurant. We're
Yep.
probably going to make like a classroom space with some tables and a projector so students can, we can have some mini lectures in there. So,
Good.
yeah.
And if you all have ideas how we can integrate better with the neighborhood, with the community, we're all ears.
Serve liquor.
Free liquor.
Well, so we are hoping to have like a grand opening welcome party sometime this summer to invite the neighbors and other people who are interested. So I'll try to get a date set down for that and then send out invites so you guys can come in and see the place with.
I was going to ask about a tour or a field trip.
Yeah.
I've been there in about 15, 20 years since I've been.
Oh wow.
No, it's really changed.
Yeah. So,
I got some Iowa roots. My name's Doug Austin. I was born and raised in Iowa.
Oh.
Both my parents went to Iowa State
Wow.
back in the 40s. And, but anyway, I've been out here for 49 years, and I was logging up Fish Creek for several years, helped to build some of the roads up there.
Oh, cool.
But I've been hiking and mostly hiking up Fish Creek in the state line for most of those 49 years.
Wow.
So I'm curious, Jason, do you know what's gonna happen to the footbridge up there at the Clearwater Crossing?
You know, the last I heard, they were looking at trying to put in more of a stock bridge. So folks could access it with stock also. We were out there today and I didn't ask, but it sounded like this year they were gonna try to put something together. So, hopefully.
Do you have plans for wintertime use?
Not much, though. There will be a group in the fall. Our Iowa State has this long-running forestry camp where all the students who are majoring in forestry do a 3-week course, and they move around to different places in the country. But this year they're going to come out to the French camp and do forestry camp out here. So they'll be here end of September through middle of October. But then once snow starts coming, we'll probably just winterize it. There won't be students in the winter. I know that road gets a lot of snow, and so we'll mostly be here summer through parts of the fall.
Are you doing anything in combination with the University of Montana on the forestry department?
We met with some of them on yesterday.
Yeah, Wednesday.
So we know the new chair or the new dean of the College of Forestry and Conservation is an Iowa State alum as well, Tom DeLuca. So we met with him, and then a couple of their wildlife professors. We said we'd love to either have some of their students take our courses or do joint courses with them to bring students, or if any of their professors want to teach courses out at our facility. So we're definitely talking to them to try to figure out ways we can work together. Because like we said, we think the real benefit of this place for our students is to get them out of Iowa to see a different type of landscape, a new ecosystem, all the cool stuff out here that we don't have in Iowa. But then because we're also not from here, we want to use the local knowledge and the people who know this area best to help us figure out how to teach our students what's most important to know about here. So.
Really good. Do you know Bruce Erickson? Have you met him yet?
No, I haven't.
He's the district silviculturist here.
Oh, okay.
That's actually 9 Mile District, so it probably has a different silviculturist in that drainage because it's a different district. But you're going to see the local district people tomorrow, is that right?
Yeah, they're gonna meet with Carol. Carol was gonna try to be here today, but she had something come up. So they're gonna meet with her at 9:30 tomorrow.
Okay, yeah. Bruce Erickson he's another alum.
Oh, okay.
And he did his forestry camp at Lubrick.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the forestry people that are coming out in September, October, I'll have to ask them what all their plans are, and I'm sure there's lots of people they can hook up with. Yeah.
Have you met anybody from the Mineral County Conservation District yet?
No.
Okay.
Do you know any of those people?
No,
Jim
but-
Lohman, he's the chair.
Okay,
Chair.
yeah.
Is
Who's the chair?
Jim Lohman, Lommen.
Okay.
He lives just out near Tarkio.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is Jennifer and Ann's first time here, so I thought, well, just a sort of quick shot and then put the word out there, and then, like she said, she can hand out cards and, get with some folks for sure. Because there's some projects they're looking at to where maybe they would be able to help out. And Carol had a couple ideas right off the bat to where they could bring students this way instead of going towards Missoula.
There's all kinds of potential there. The Conservation District sponsors a 5th grade conservation tour every year. I've helped with that many times.
They usually have it at the Big Pine at Fish Creek.
They rotate it around, sometimes St. Regis or West End or Big Pine, or it tends to move around a little bit. We've had it right out here at the fishing access, in fact, once. But that could be quite an experience for those kids to get further back out in the woods, off the grid for a whole day.
Yeah.
That could be a pretty good place to have that.
Yeah. Yeah, we're definitely open because, like I said, we won't have people there all the time, and we'd love to, if other people want to use the space, we'd be happy to talk about that. Yeah, having other groups come in and.
Yeah, I think it is a selling point that you don't have internet access.
Yeah.
Give them a compass,
Yeah.
Show them the old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
Actually, the 5th grade conservation tour is the 14th of September.
Oh, okay.
And I think they were gonna have it at the Bigfoot Pine again.
Well, they were?
I think so.
Oh, yeah, if they want to spend a night at the lodge, yeah, we'd be happy to
But,
talk to them.
there's something to talk
Yeah.
to.
And I think that's where this really, could be valuable to the county is these type of relationships. So I think that's great. I know in the past, we tried to get like the couple of the different camps, but where we're located at, it's always an issue of,
Getting there.
if the kid gets hurt or something, so yeah.
When will your students be here? Will they be here like in May or?
Not this year. The first students will
Okay.
arrive June 10th or 12th. I have to look that up. So Iowa State, they have spring term classes up through the first week of May. And then for summer this year, they're not going to come till June. But yeah, future years we'll have to see. It was partly the schedule was determined based on the professors who are teaching these classes when they're available to come out here, because some of them also do research or have other commitments.
Sure.
So
You're gonna have a lot of water this year.
I've heard.
Do you have anything in the floodplain there?
Everything.
Maybe those cabins.
I tell you what, though, for the amount of rain we've had, I'm surprised we haven't had more damage.
It's so
I mean,
cool.
especially
So
with that
cool.
fire.
The fires.
Some of them
Yeah.
spots where it slid across the road. I mean,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of spots that haven't. I mean, it's been I recorded over 11 inches of rain since January 11th. I mean, and a couple of them times it was like 3.5 inches in 2 or 3 days. I mean,
Well, the ground's saturated now. When the snow starts to melt, which it really hasn't done yet,
no.
it's gonna come
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
We've exceeded our annual precip in the last 6 months.
Yeah, by
Going back
double.
to October.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah. Hopefully it'll just continue to come slowly, but.
What would you like to see from the community out here? What would you like for us to be able to do?
I think just so like we said, we're bringing the students out and want to do learning projects with them. So if you guys have any information on projects that need done, anything we could help out with, especially if it's, just a day of like invasive species removal, or if there are educational opportunities, like you were saying, for the local school kids. If for a day you want us to come and talk to some younger school kids about stuff, we'd be happy to do that.
If your students would be interested in some of the history of Fishkill,
Yeah.
talk to somebody like Jim Sear.
Okay.
His father was an outfitter up there before there was any roads. You know Jim. And
I'm sure we could get Jim there.
He's on his way back from Arizona right about now.
Right this
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
he's got a lot
He
of-
usually swings up quite a bit in the summertime and swings in and howdies us on his trips.
They always
and
go up
that.
to the Clearwater Crossing every Labor Day, I know, but he hikes a lot, still hikes a lot.
Yeah.
He's 80 years old now.
Well,
He's a hiker.
He's been to every lake on the county, right?
He has,
wow.
and only half of them have trails. Well, he knows the country, like the back of his hand.
Well, and also we've been thinking about this, maybe a new thing for this generation of students to not have
Their cell phones.
their
all the
cell
time.
phones or,
Oh, yeah.
TV or things in the evening. And so, it might be a challenge for them. And so if you have ideas about maybe storytellers or musicians or things you might do to relax in the evening that don't involve the
Yeah,
internet.
he'd have some good information. He's even familiar with the Native American migrations through there. When he was growing up, they passed through from the reservation, going over in Idaho for the summer, going up West Fork and Indian Creek and up through that country.
So when do you expect your first busload of students heading up there?
June 10th or 12th, I want to say. Yeah, it's a 2-day drive from Iowa, so we're gonna bring them in one van. We'll probably make it to Wyoming the first night, spend the night, and then drive the rest of the way on day 2. So no one will have their personal car. The students will all be, together in one group. So we don't plan to have lots of extra traffic on that road or anything.
That'll be captive.
Yeah, they will be captive. So yeah, on the weekends, the actual course material is scheduled Monday through Friday, and then on the weekends, we'll probably take some day trips to either go hiking places or into Missoula or see some other attractions around the area, and then give them Sunday to catch up on homework and laundry. And
How long is each session? Are there several sessions or one long session? Or?
There's 2 different courses. The first course is 3 weeks long, and then our course is 4 weeks long. So
2 different groups of students?
Yeah, 2 different groups of students. So in the future, we might have, a series of classes that could take both and stay for longer. Right now, these are 2 separate groups that if you were just coming out for the first and then our group for the second.
Well, appreciate you coming by.
Yeah, it was great to meet all of you.
Meet everybody.
If you wanted, there's a fisheries biologist, Lad Konotech.
Yeah, I think he's been talking to one of our professors who they want to do some stuff about fisheries.
Once you guys get set up.